going to start lying on your back. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to tune in to your breath. Once you've tuned into your breath, you begin to become aware of the breath moving in the belly. So you consciously inflate the belly as you inhale. And deflate the belly as you exhale. Inflate the belly as you inhale. Deflate the belly as you exhale. Imagine your belly is a hot air balloon. So as you inflate it, it's lifting up towards the ceiling. It's creating an arch here in the spine, bringing back your natural curve. And as you exhale, the air balloon deflates. The navel moves back towards the spine moves in towards the floor. Inhale, inflate the belly, arch. Exhale, deflate the belly and flatten. Now the next little detail we're going to add in is when we flatten, bring the navel back to the spine, exhale fully, flatten, we're going to gently press the feet to the floor. So gently press the feet to the floor. And then I inhale, inflate and arch. Exhale, deflate and flatten. Gently press the feet to the floor at the end of the flatten. Inhale, inflate and arch. Exhale, deflate, flatten. Gently pressing the feet down. Notice what's happening when you press the feet down. Inhale, inflate and arch. Exhale, deflate, flatten. Notice what's happening when you press the feet. How many more muscles are coming in? Which muscles are coming in? Inhale, inflate and arch. Exhale, deflate, flatten. Don't rush these. Do them slowly and mindfully. Press the feet. Notice the muscles. Notice them releasing as you inhale. Exhale, deflate, flatten. Press the feet. Noticing all the muscles, notice the strength. Inhale, release them. Exhale, flatten. So you can continue that for as long as you wish. It's a fantastic strengthener. So it's good for everybody, as I say, but it's especially good postnatally for women postnatally. It's also especially good for women who've had a cesarean. So the next practice we're going to do is the bridge pose. So we begin lying on our back with the feet standing. To get the positioning correct, the feet need to be close enough to the buttocks, but not too close. So not like this close. That's too far away. It needs to be kind of just right. And a way that you can check, an easy way to check, is to reach down the side of your body and see, can you touch the middle finger off your heel? If you can touch your heel, then that's close enough. Feet need to be hip width apart at least. Even a little bit wider is okay, but at least hip width apart. So it's not going to work if they're too close together. It'll be at least hip width apart, and you can touch them with your hand. You can touch the heel of the foot. And they're parallel to each other, so they're not splayed outwards, parallel to each other. So that's first. We're going to go into this using the somatic exercise so that we know that we're going to engage all the core muscles as we go up. So just do a couple of inhale and inflate and arch. Exhale, deflate the belly and flatten. Bring the navel back to the spine. Press the feet to the floor. And again, inhale, inflate and arch. Exhale, deflate, flatten. Press the navel to the spine, press the spine to the floor, press the heels down. Now, all my muscles are engaged, pelvic muscles, internal abdominals. I'm going to breathe normally, but I'm going to hold those. I'm not going to let them go. So I'm breathing normally. And then I've noticed that the tailbone has lifted slightly when I press my navel back to the spine and press the spine into the floor. Tailbone has lifted up slightly. So I'm going to lift it up more. Holding all those muscles tight. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. And then I'm going to roll the shoulders under one by one. And I'm going to clasp my hands. And I'm going to use my clasped hands to press into the floor, use it like a lever to push up higher. The last little detail is to imagine you have a beach ball between your knees and you don't want it to blow away in the wind. So you want to keep your knees moving towards each other. Breathing up through the spine, as if from the base of the spine upwards the breath is traveling. Just visualize that. Okay, 5 nice deep breaths. I'm keeping it held. If you've lost your core a little bit, just bring it back in by tightening the pelvic floor muscles. And then uncurl the shoulders one by one. Ease yourself down, vertebra by vertebra, as if you're laying down a nice big chain. And each one is a chain link, each vertebra. And the last place to touch the floor is the sacrum, and uncurling the tailbone, and rest there. Once you've rested for a little bit, you're going to draw your knees up. Clasp your hands around. Join the hands together. Lift your head. Stretch a little bit. The back of the body. And release. Press the feet onto the floor. You can stretch the legs out. This is an abdominal strengthener that's done in a very safe way. Not only does it strengthen your abdominals, but also muscles around the back of the hips are energized and toned and strengthened, and you'll see when you're doing it, you'll feel that. So take the left leg up, sole of the foot going up towards the ceiling. Make sure that the foot is flexed. So you're stretching into the heel as opposed to the toes going upwards. So the foot is flexed, and you hold it there for 5 breaths. And then you're coming down to 45 degrees, and you hold it there for 5 breaths. Be aware of where you're feeling it now, which muscles you're feeling. You'll notice it in different people will notice it in different places depending on which muscles need to be strengthened. Some of you will feel it here, some of you feel it at the back of the pelvis, in the sacroiliac area. Some of you will feel it more in here in the core muscles because it's working the core muscles as well. And then come down and rest. Okay, so that's our abdominal strengthener. And then of course you'll do that on the other side as well. So then when you're done with that, you're going to take your knees up again. Let the knees separate. One hand around the outside of each knee. Rock gently from side to side. After you're finished with the rocking, you cross the ankles. Bring the hands to the front of the knees with the fingers pointing downwards. And then you begin to make slow circles with the back of the pelvis on the floor. Be really aware of what's going on. Close your eyes and take your attention inwards. Feel the muscles of the pelvis, the back of the pelvis, and the bones. Feel how they are articulating together and how the floor is massaging your lower back. Then of course, reverse. Do it nice and slowly and mindfully. Bring your attention in there. Imagine your pelvis is a clock face. And you're going around the clock. Notice any areas that are a little bit sleepy. Just observing. the center, uncross the ankles, place your feet back on the floor. Okay, so the next pose is the lying down twist, and this one's wonderful for digestion, and obviously it's really good for the spine as well. Lots of benefits for this one. So bring your knees together, bring your feet together. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, allow your knees to drop over to the right, and your head and everything else is twisting to the left. And then you're going to take your left arm and you're going to stretch it up overhead with the palm facing up towards the ceiling. So you're creating a nice diagonal stretch from your left knee all the way up your left side to the left fingertips. And breathe. Nice deep breathing into the belly. And continue with that nice deep breathing into the belly. 5 at least nice deep breaths. And then coming back up on an inhale, bring the arm back down, exhale. And then you can repeat it on the other side. So this one is called the happy baby pose. It's very simple. You recognize it from what you see babies doing. You can either hold on to your ankles like that, if that's comfortable and that's as far as you can go, or you can hold on to the sides of the feet, like so. And you just lie there. It's really good for the digestion. You'll notice, you'll find things might start to shift. You might have some movement. You can also hook onto the big toes. That's another version of this. So if you wanted to, I find it easier to get my pelvis down when I'm holding onto my big toes. But eventually the pelvis will move down, even if you're holding here, wherever you're holding. Ideally, the whole back is on the floor and you're not sort of lifted up like that or lifted up like that. But it goes fairly quickly. The muscles release and the pelvis will go down, because you're also stretching deeply in here into these muscles, as you'll see. And that's it. Happy baby pose.